I love pickleball.
I love pickleball.
It's just fun.
I'm going to ask you to fasten your seatbelt.
Well, maybe let's start at the beginning. How did pickleball start in Japan? My dad had started playing pickleball. In 2014, I had come home and I was back in Colorado. So he's like, let's train together and we're gonna be national champions. Yeah, at Nationals 2014, I was able to win both age singles and the open singles. For some reason, when I came back to Japan, I just knew that this is where I needed to be and this is where I wanted to live. I got a job as a tour guide and I thought, if I'm going back to Japan anyway and I'm going back and forth playing pro tournaments in the US, like why don't I try to start it in Japan? I just ordered some mochi. I think most people in the US think of mochi just as being with ice cream, but mochi is actually just sticky rice and they have it with different seasonings on the outside. This one is a soybean and sugar coating. This one is a sesame seed, and then we have like a walnut. The history of this and why they have mochi here is that it was on this historic road connecting Tokyo and Kyoto. And this was the top of the pass, and people would come up and over this pass to come into Karuizawa or towards Tokyo. And so they would need some strength to something to eat on their way. And so this is called chikara mochi, which means strength mochi, literally. So you eat this to fill your stomach up, get some strength, and then you continue on your way. My dad had a company in Japan. His employee was a tennis player. I introduced it to him, and then he introduced it to his college friend, Makoto. He was just this instrumental, crucial person to getting pickleball going in Japan. He quit his job for like a year so he could play pickleball. I've taught people in 15 different countries. You know, it's exciting to see how addicted people get all over the world. Let's play some pickleball. Today I'm at RAYM Tennis Center. A couple years ago, they started pickleball here. They've been really cooperative. They've introduced it to a local high school, and that high school is gonna start doing it in their PE program. So RAYM doesn't have permanent pickleball lines yet, so we have to line the courts, set up the net, and start playing. We ran out of tape at the last minute.
Now, I'm now.
Why did you like pickleball?
Why? Because I felt love. Yeah, from this sport. Yeah. So first, I started this sport in Costa Rica.
Do you play in tournaments?
In tournaments, yes. In Costa Rica, yes.
Oh, yeah. How'd you do?
So twice. First.
You won.
Yeah, first.
今仕事しながら常にピックルボールを考えてピックルボール中心に考えるようになったのが一番なんか自分でも人生変わったかなって思うぐらい本当に魅力的なスポーツに出会えたと思って感謝してます。
30分もしたらしないかでゲームができるようなスポーツなので、 こうレッスンっていうよりはみんながこう集まってきてやる形がいいなと思って、じゃあどういう形がいいのかなと模索して、このレイムが休館日である、月曜日にこの広いところで何人来ても受け入れられる形での、ピックルボールマンデーって言ってるんですけど、がいいかなと思って。あと逆にテニスコートがいっぱいの時でも、できるように向こうにテラスコートもちょっと作ってみて、そこでピックルボールホリデーとかね、のが一応今のアイデア。
We're gonna teach a new player today, and then we're all gonna play together here on the court. Let's start teaching. I think I was talking to my dad. We kind of said, I'm doing this guiding and I'm doing this pickleball stuff in Japan. Like, why don't we combine those two things and start pickleball related vacations, pickleball trips. We would coach and we would play pickleball with Japanese people and with the Americans that came on the tour. We would contact local newspapers and TV stations and say, hey, there's 15 Americans coming all the way from the States to Japan just to play pickleball. I think it really provided a window into the culture for our clients that they wouldn't have been able to do. And at the same time, it introduced a lot of Japanese people to the sport. Today I'm in SATOU. Before I go practice, I heard about this place. It's called the Pinkoro Jizo. Japan has the longest life expectancy in the world. And within that, SATOU, where we are today, actually has the longest life expectancy for a city in Japan. Personally, I think it's because we started pickleball in SATOU, and maybe that's contributing to the life expectancy. But you come here to pray for a long life, but when you die, you want to go ping and then koro, roll over really quickly. So this Jizo, this Buddha, is actually to pray for a long life and a quick death. People come to the temples to pray for different things, and they write on a placard what exactly they're looking for. This one says, I want to do pinkoro. So literally, I want to live long and die quickly. Most of them here have to do with a long life and staying healthy. So now that I've visited the long life Buddha, I'm gonna go put into practice some healthy habits that are gonna help me live long. I'm gonna go play some pickleball.
駐車場とかでも、自分は木を削って外用のパドルを作ってで子供とやったりとか、そういったレクレーション的な意味合いもあったりして、とても、馴染みやすいスポーツ、仲間と切磋琢磨して毎回楽しんでます。行けば絶対楽しいって思ってやってるので、必ず笑って帰ってすっきりしてます。
ピックル始めて友達たくさん増えたし、本当目上の方とかもいろんな人と話せるようになったし、もうちょっと日本では普及してほしいよね。大会とか今できないけど、できるようになったらそれこそ優勝とかしてみたいし、やっぱダニエルに勝ちたい。
何やってんのって聞かれて、ピックルボールって答えて、ああそれねっていうぐらいには広まってほしいですね。
One of the goals, of course, is to get it to as many people as possible in Japan. I'm relying more and more on Japanese people to do that part of it. Taniguchi sensei or Kamata-san or Ogawa-san. すいません。スタートするの忘れた。じゃあもう一回自己紹介からいいですか。
日本ピックルボール協会の会長を務めている谷口陽子です。ピックルボールの私が考える一番の魅力は、明日は今日の自分よりも絶対できるはずって自分で思えること。でそれなんでかって言ったら、パワーだけに頼るんだったら力がないからできない。
無理って
力をつけなきゃ
諦めちゃいますよね。
でもリンクショットを柔らかく打つことって力はいらないし、誰でもできるはずで、柔らかく打つことを脳から指令を送ることができないなんてないって思うから、みんな
頑張れちゃうんですね。
頑張れる。
大会とかも、やってますよね、JPA で。
はい、
まあちょっと今、コロナであれですけど、
そうですね。
でもやるんですよね。
そうです。今日は日本人のナンバーワンを決める日本選手権っていうものと、海外の方もお招きしてのジャパンオープンっていう大会の2本立てで大きな大会は作成していて、夢としては各県での大会があって、なおかつ関東大会、関西大会があって、全国の大会ができていく。
勝ち抜いていくシステムっていうか、日本でのピックルボールがどうなってほしいですか？
ピックルボールのポリシーの一つだと思うんですけれど、パドルを持っていってどこへでもその地域に行ったらそこの地域に入れてもらえるっていうピックルボールのその魅力を、他のスポーツにないこの魅力をもっとしっかり根付かせたい。これすごい魅力だと思う。
ダニエル、ちょっとこれを見てください。私この着てるのが、
はい。元八王子
ピックルボールクラブの
かわいいですね。
はい、私は鎌田勲と申します。とりあえず今八王子の会長を務めさせていただいているので、市内をうまくまとめて、市内でちょっとでもね、多くの方が楽しんでいただけるように、まずはね、していきたいなっていうふうに思っています。将来的にはその海外の方に、試合に出たりとか、そういった流れにつながればいいかなっていうふうに思ってます。
ピックルボールやって何回ぐらいでハマったんですか？
いや、もう最初から
もう初日
たまたま新聞の折り込み広告
で見たんだ。
で、そこに佐藤さんとかね、写真が載ってて、で、ピックルボールやってみませんかっていう内容だったので、知らない人の中にいきなり入った感じなんですけど、快く受け入れていただいたので、私もお客様をお迎えするときはそういう気持ちで、ここからね、楽しんでいただけるようになるべく気をつけるようにしております。
Like I said, Makoto was, I think, the second Japanese person to play pickleball, to start playing pickleball. Yeah, he just had this energy and this, this way with people that, everybody was welcome, and pickleball in Japan would not be where it is today without Makoto. There's like a YouTube video of like a do you know the dance video? There's like one person dancing on their own in a field. He's dancing for like a long time by himself. All of a sudden, like one person follows, and then within like 30 seconds, there's this huge crowd of people. They're all dancing, and then it's all cool to be a dancer, right? And so I kind of see Makoto as that second person. He just believed in me and in pickleball, and that it would be something someday. Way before it was anything. I mean, like I said, we were, it was like 8 people in a gym for a year and a half. I think I learned a lot from him. I mean, you want to win, but at the end of the day, like, it's just a game, There's other things that are more important, but this is part of a really good part, I think, of a good life. In the summer, we always have a barbecue
afterwards. I'm working on my pickleball barbecue 1-2 punch, you know. I just want to create this space where anybody can come and you can invite friends and you just meet all these different people from different walks of life that you never would otherwise. You know, I have experience at the pro level and I've won nationals and I know what it takes to get to that level. I want some Asian players to get to that level and to win at that level. Part of the reason I bought this house is to do that. I want to bring people here, have them stay here. We just do intensive training. I want to just be like walking somewhere random in Japan and I like hear, like, what's that? What's that noise? That is the sound of pickleball. And I didn't start this club. I didn't even know there was pickleball here. It's gotten to the point where it's growing so fast that I don't even know everywhere that plays pickleball anymore. Ultimately, it's those individual human connections that are gonna help us grow. I mean, it's one person at a time.
I love pickleball.
It's just fun.
I love pickleball.
I love pickleball.
I love pickleball!
I love pickleball.
I love pickleball.
I love pickleball.
I love pickleball.
いいですよ。
なんかちょっとなんかやってる時にそっと撮りたかったな、なんかちょっとはい I love pickleball
ちょっと関西か。いや、
それはいい。ちょっとその全部出していただきます。